Hello, fellow grade 8. It's Mr. Shajayo again. Look, I'm back with some another amazing content for you. So now what we are looking at today is we are looking at adding and subtracting algebraic expressions, right? But one of the key things that we are looking at fractions, right? So we're going to learn in terms of how can we add or subtract algebraic fractions, right? So that's what is our main focus today. Now, firstly, these are some of the key steps that we need to follow when doing or rather when solving algebraic fractions. Firstly, you need to be in a position to know and to identify like terms and be in a position to also group all these like terms, right? Remember that to those who might have already forgotten, we said remember our like terms are basically those with the same variable. We said it's same variable, and also we said it's also the same exponential power, right? So that's what we said our like terms are, right? So which means now you need to be in a position to identify and group like terms, right? So now whenever you are given an expression or an a algebraic fraction expression to solve, you need to be in a position to find the LCD. So you need to find the LCD for like terms, right? And then now, I know some of you might have already forgotten what LCD stands for. Remember, LCD stands for your lowest, this is lowest common denominator, right? So this is what you also need to find before you solve that. And now, the last step that you need to also follow is you need to add or subtract. You need to add, or let's say you subtract the numerators of like terms only, right? You need to add or subtract numerators numerators of like terms only, right? Of like terms only. Then after that, this is only, and then after that, you need to do what? Now you need to simplify if possible, right? You need to simplify. So now what is simplification means? You need to add or subtract or check whether do you have any common factor or anything of that sort, right? So let's go straight to it and find out what can we do. The examples that we have. Now, let's say now you number one. Let's say they give you that you have x over 2 plus x over 2, right? Now they say now firstly you need to do what you need to solve this. Now, how can you simplify these algebraic expressions? Now, remember some of the key things that I said is you firstly going to check are both of these having the same LCD, right? Do they have the same LCD? And if your answer is yes, look, here you have what? You have 2, and also here you have 2, right? So therefore, which means all of them, they are going to be under one roof, right? So therefore, you're then going to take your numerator. This is going to be x plus x. And what is going to be x plus x? This is going to be 2x over 2. Are we together? And now, is there anything that you can do? Now you are having 2x over 2. So now you can, what? Now you can cancel this 2 and also this 2, which means your answer that you are going to be having here, it is going to be your x. Out again. So this is how you're going to solve that one. Now let's look at number 2. Now let's say in number 2 you are given that I give that you have a over 3 plus your 2a over your 5. Now this one is a different ball game. Now, firstly, what is it that you're going to do? You're going to check, do you have the denominators that are the same? Are these denominators the same? No. So which means now you don't have the denominators that are the same. So now you can look for your LCD, right? So how can you look for LCD? You can check here. You say, what are the multiples of 3? The multiples of 3, it's 3, 6, 9, let's say 12, 15, and 18, right? While the multiples of 5, it's 5, 10, 15, let's say 20 also, right? So now you're going to find out whether do you have an LCD, right? Or LCD or an LCM, right? So now you can check, look, you have 15 here, you also have 15 here, right? So which means now you are going to have your 15, your LCD as what? As 15, right? Now, then you come back here. What is it that you're going to do so that you can have the LCD of 15 this side and also this side so that you can solve for this one and also this one, right? So now look, for here, in order for you to have the LCD of 15, what you need to multiply with, look, so you're going to just come in here and see, you need to multiply by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So which means actually you need to multiply by 5, right? To get to 15, right? So which means what you're going to do here, this is going to be multiply by 5. And when you multiply by 5, you multiply both the numerator and also the denominator. So this is also going to multiply by 5. Then you come back this side, you check. For you to get 15, what is it that you are going to do? Look, you need to multiply by 1, 2, 3, right? Because you multiply 5 by 3 for you to get 15, right? So which means you multiply 5 by 3 to get 15, right? So which means you're going to multiply by what here? Again, you're going to multiply by 3. And when you multiply by 3, you multiply by 3 in both your numerator and also your denominator, right? So this is going to be what? So this is going to be 5 multiplied by a. This is going to be 5a over 15 plus this other one is going to be now 2a multiplied by this. This is going to give you what? This is going to give you 6a over also 15. Now that the denominators are the same, so you can write now as one denominator. Then you can take your numerators and add them. So this is going to be 5a plus your 6a, right? Then what is 5a plus your 6a? This is going to give you your 11a, right? So which means your answer for this solution is going to be 11a over what? Over 15. Okay, now let's make up some space for example 3. Now, let's look at number 3. Let's say in number 3, you have y over 4 subtract what? Let's say you subtract 2y over your 5. Now, what is it that you're going to do firstly here? You are going to start by identifying your LCD. Which one is going to be your LCD? Look, this one, these two here, let's get this one, your 4 and also your 5 are not the same, right? So you cannot now add or subtract your numerators, right? So which means you need to find what is your LCD. So you're going to start by finding the multiples of 4. You're going to say this is 4, 8, let's say 12, and it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, right? And then the ones of 5, you are going to have 5, 10, 15, 20, let's say 25, right? So now if you can check, do you have any LCD within these multiples? Look, now you are going to have 20 here, you have 20 here, right? So which means you can have 20 in both of these. Now, but what is it that you need to do for you to have 20? Look, here, you are going to multiply by, therefore, you're going to multiply it by 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for you to get that one, right? So which means what you are going to do here, you are going to come here and say this is going to be multiplied by, 5. And what you do on your numerator, you also do it on your denominator, right? So this is also going to be multiplied by 5. Now you come back this side. And remember the purpose of you multiplying by 5 and 5 so that you can have the denominators of 20 and 20, right? So now here, you're going to multiply by what here? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, right? So which means you're going to multiply by 4 in your numerator and 4 in your denominator, right? So then what you're going to have, this is going to be 5y over 20, subtract, this is going to be 2 multiplied by 4. This is going to give you 8y over your 20, right? So therefore, then what is going to be this one? Now, since you have the same denominators, right? The denominators are the same. Now you can write one denominator and write everything under one roof, right? So this is now going to be 5y subtract 8y. And now that you have done that, what is 5 subtract this? So this is going to be your negative 3y over 20 altogether. And then this is going to be your solution for your problem number 3. Say now you have this as your example 5. Look, now what you are having here, you are having, look, you are having 2x over 3 plus you are having 5y over your 2 subtract your x over your 9, right? Now, let's see in terms of what can we do to solve this one. Now, let's start here. Now, you're going to start by doing what? What is it that we can start doing here? Now, you can check in terms of, do you have any like terms, right? So in this case, let's start by grouping our like terms. Do you have any like terms here? Look, now you have 2x over 3, and you have what? You have x over 9, right? And this is not like term, right? So which means you can start by grouping like terms. So what you can do here, this is going to be same as your, let's say you have 2x over 3 subtract x over what? Over 9. Isn't it so? X over 9, then you are going to have plus 5y over your 2. Altogether, that's what you are going to do. And now, what is it that you are going to do now from here? You can say, now you can start by dealing with this one, the like terms. You can say now here, is there anything that you can do so that you find the LCD for this one, right? So now if you have the LCD for this one, now what is it that you can do? Look, you're going to say now, what is the multiples of 3? You're going to take the denominator here, the denominator here. So this is going to be 3. This is going to be 3, 6, 9, 12. Now let's look at the multiples of 9. It's going to be 9, 18, and so on, right? So, but look, you have 9 here, you have 9 here, right? So which means you can multiply this side so that you can have the denominators of 9, right? So this is going to be, you multiply by 1, you multiply by 2, you multiply by 3. So which means you're going to multiply by 3 in your numerator, 3 in your denominator, right? So this is going to be 6x over 9 subtracts x over 9, right? Remember, you cannot multiply this because already you are having your LCD of 9, right? Plus your 5y over 2. And the reason why we are not working with this one, remember this one shares nothing that is common with this one, right? So whether you multiply, then you get your LCD that is the same, still you won't be in a position to add the numerator, right? So therefore, there is literally no need for you to work with this one. Now let's continue. So now that you have the same denominators, you can write this under one roof, right? So this is going to be 9. What is 6x subtract x? Simple. This is going to give you 5x plus your 5y over what? Over your 2 altogether. And now here, there is, these two are unlike terms, right? Because look, here you have what? Here you have x and here you have 1, right? So therefore, there is nothing that you can do this one because these are not like terms altogether. So if these are not like terms, so therefore you cannot add or do anything with them, right? So that is far as algebraic fractions are concerned.